Welcome back again. Welcome back. We are back on the bike today. This is going to be day 2 or part 2 of the reintroductory series. Oh, there's the bell again. Bike is started. All right, so today we are going to be focusing on lower body, legs. And so again, remember, we're going to do 5 exercises. So we're going to split this one up a little different. 2 on the front of the legs for the quads, 2 on the back of the legs for the hamstrings. That's 4. And then we'll do 1 for the calf specific. We'll be able to get the glutes in when we do the other 4 exercises, so that won't be a big deal. But again, we're going to keep the volume low. We're going to keep the reps between 8 to 12. We're going to keep the sets at 3. And we are not going to try to set any records. All right, again, we're just reintroducing ourselves to some good, solid foundational training. And we're just remembering the things that we can do. All right, so again, let's get stretched out. Let's get warmed up. Back on the bike again today because personally, I prefer to be on the bike when I'm doing legs versus walking on a Stairmaster, walking on the the treadmill, things that I'd rather just be on the bike. So do whatever you want to do for cardio, 10 minutes, get stretched out, and then let's get after it. Do your yoga, and then let's get after it. All right. All right, our first warm-up exercise is going to be seated leg extensions. We're going to do 2 sets of 8. Nothing too serious. Remember, we're not going to lock the knees out at the top. We're going to allow the quads to stretch as much as possible at the bottom. And we're just going to keep a good rhythm, a good tempo throughout this exercise. 2 sets of 10, then we're moving on. Next up, we have lying leg curls. Again, 2 sets of 10. Nothing too serious. There's a slight, very brief pause at the top so we can get a little bit deeper squeeze in the hamstrings. And again, we're not letting those knees lock out on the way down. Keep a slight bend in those knees so we keep tension on the hamstring at all times. 2 sets of 10, then we're moving on. And here we are with the last warm-up, lateral band steps, 2 sets of 10. I like to go 5 one way, 5 the other way, 5 back, and then 5 again for 1 set for a total of 10 on each side. That way we don't over-fatigue the hip flexors and the glutes because this is a tough exercise. All right, and if you don't have the bands with the handles, you can do what I did and just cross the bands over and stretch them out to create tension on them. All right, so let's finish this up, and then we'll get to the main workout.
I'm changing who I am. I'm making a new plan, rearranging my life, and I won't look back ever again.
You ain't see me activated. You better hope that you never see me agitated. I think about my actions, plan them out, evaluated. That's how I end up on the top, man, I'm calculated. My mind's a weapon, my body is the engine. I'm never second guessing, I just do what I was destined. Cause I feel I got the blessing, persistence and obsession. That's how you keep progressing, I already learned that lesson, yeah.
I'm changing who I am. I'm making a new plan, rearranging my life, and I won't look back ever again. You can't stop what's moving. You can't stop what's moving. I'm changing my life, and I won't look back.
All right, so I'm going to cut back in for a coach up tip. As you can see at the top of these reps, I'm keeping a slight bend in my knee. We do not want to lock our knees out at the top of this rep. We want to prevent hyperextension of the knee. We want to keep tension on the muscle. Therefore, we keep a slight bend in our knee. That way we keep it safe throughout this entire exercise, and we maintain control throughout this entire exercise.
Right along. And I feel like the pain in the past, it needs to stay in the past. You gotta take off the cast. I wanna feel like I'm a new person. I wanna have clear vision and purpose. And I feel like the patient lasts. If you can move on and past the
All right, so this one here is probably in the top 5 of the most brutal leg exercises to do. But we want to make sure that we maintain control on our descent down to the ground. We don't want just to allow gravity to pull us down without a little bit of fight, a little bit of resistance from us. So try to maintain control. And as you see, before I step up, I find a good sweet spot type of position, and I'm not allowing momentum to pull me forward, but I'm stepping up through gravity.
Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top.
Yo,
yeah.
no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality, is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized, we out here making posters. And we ain't got nothing to hide, we move forward like soldiers. You better wake up.
All right, so with this exercise, we want to make sure that we are focusing on pushing the hips back and allowing the chest to fall naturally versus trying to push our chest down towards the ground. It's kind of a mistake that most people make, but this is really a hip hinging exercise. So really just imagine pushing those hips back as far as possible and allowing your chest to fall.
I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top.
All right, so if you've never done single leg calf raises before, biggest tips is you want to allow your heel to slowly stretch more and more each rep. Don't worry about going too far, too fast. We're trying to get your heel to drop as far as possible the first rep, just to let it go a little bit more each rep. And also, whichever calf you're working, hold the dumbbell or kettlebell in that hand.
So where is all the positivity? I feel like we all just hate on everything, it's killing me. Thoughts build quick, causing different possibilities. Negative thoughts will cause different disabilities. So do better, work hard under pressure. If you got no time, work smarter than ever. Don't ever let them tell you that you can't never say never. And turn your mind into the truest of go-getters.
Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top, yeah.
You know I'm always honest.
So every workout, we want to make sure we get in at least one core exercise. And the pulsing side bridge is going to be it for today. Now, you could do them how I was just doing them, or here you see me doing a reach through. You can do them this way for a little bit more added intensity. Either way will work fine, but this is going to make sure that we have good core strength, core stability, and oblique engagement. Last thing we have is a little bit of cardio, something to switch it up from just being on the machine. So if you don't have a partner, just tie off a resistance band to a very stable piece of equipment and throw the band around your waist and get to running. It's as simple as this, don't have to complicate it. So thank you all for joining me in this video, and I hope to see you at the next one.